Let me go to Daniel. Daniel's calling us from Mississippi. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
We appreciate your ministry. Listen to you regularly.
Thank you.
My wife and I are talking with a financial counselor,
Mm-hmm.
and he's encouraging us to purchase long-term care insurance.
Okay.
Something I don't remember ever hearing you talking about. I was just wondering what your opinion is on this product.
Well, my opinion is I like the product and I like the concepts around the product. I think it is, I think long-term care insurance is, can be a pretty good situation for a lot of people. Now, having said that, I would say this to you. So here's the people that it benefits the most. It benefits the people that are kind of in the middle of not having anything, very little as far as assets go, which for them, it makes no sense to have long-term care insurance because the monthly payment is just nothing but a strain. And chances are, even with the long-term care insurance, they would have to qualify for Medicaid if they were in a skilled nursing facility for any length of time. So it kind of defeats the purpose. So I wouldn't get it. If you have a lot of assets that you can turn into revenue producing assets so that you're receiving decent income, the income that you receive will hopefully take care of the majority of the need when you're in long-term care, or you might have enough that even if you have to dip into principal a little bit, it's not going to impact your estate that much. So but the people kind of in between may be good candidates for long-term care insurance. Here's the downside to it. I don't have to tell you this. You probably know already. It's very expensive. You have to get it when you're in good health. I think anywhere from 55 to 65 is a good age to be getting it. So you have to be in relatively good health. You've got to have an inflation rider. If you don't, there's no sense in, it's not going to do you a lot of good. In other words, that the daily benefit that you receive is going to go up over time, and you want that. And the other thing that you've got to try to get, which is becoming more and more difficult, is you want your monthly payment kind of locked in so that it's not going to go up. And you have to make sure of other things like it takes care of home care and such. And a daily benefit that is actually going to do you some good. If you have a $100 daily benefit, it's costing you $300 a day, then you're going into your savings anyway, and your savings could run out, and you could end up, needing to go over to the Medicaid. So, the product is good. It is a great concept. You just got to buy it right, and kind of know what you're getting. And I'll throw one more option out to you, Daniel, because it's something to consider. So you get your prices and it's very, very expensive, and you try to add it up and you think like, this is going to cost more money than, we could save this money, do a lot better, and all those kinds of things. One thing that I would tell you to consider is play the statistics. And statistically, you and I are not going to need long-term care because our wives are likely, because this is just statistics, are likely to be the caregiver for us. They are much more, you and I, are much more likely to stay at home and die at home, or, other than a short stay here and there at the hospital. So we're not the ones that are at the greatest risk for needing long-term care, but our wives are, because, statistically, they're going to outlive us. And they're going to be the one, they're not going to have maybe a caregiver like we're going to have. So, they become a higher risk for need. So, a lot of times I tell people, listen, if it's too much, you want to do something, you can only afford one, make sure you do it, for the female spouse that it's probably going to outlive, and that would make some sense. So there are just some options and some things to think through.